Previously on ARB's 50-year adventures, the Vic team tackled the high country with rocky climbs, river crossings and hours of winching. It was an epic trip that tested both the drivers and the vehicles, with the tracks giving everything they've got.
Thanks for that, Shannon. Looks like you guys had an awesome trip in the Vic high country doing some epic off-roading. Now, based off your votes, it's time to hit up the history-rich Flinders Ranges. The Flinders Ranges stretch for 430 kilometres and are one of the oldest mountain ranges in the world. On this trip, we're going to see the most impressive geological elements, an abundance of plants and wildlife, and some incredible natural landmarks. We'll meet with some property owners who've lived in these remote destinations for generations and learn about their triumphs and challenges in maintaining the land and adapting to a changing world while staying rooted in tradition. Follow along as we visit some hotspots in the Flinders, including Bendleby Ranges, Willow Springs, Brachina Gorge, and the Prairie Hotel. First up, let's meet the group. Todd Winstanley from ARB South Australia in the Toyota LandCruiser 300 series. Jared Summers from Jayco Adelaide in the Isuzu D-Max. Aaron Conrad from Go 4x4 in the 79 series. Russell Cairns and Ross Anderson from ARB Warrnambool in the Ford Ranger. James Whitworth and Simon Karatzis from ARB Mildura in the 79 series. Kieran Jenkins from Smart Bar in the Ford Ranger. And from the ARB marketing team, Andrew Wolf and Charlotte Southwood in the Isuzu D-Max. At each of these destinations, we'll tackle some of the toughest tracks and delve into the history of some of the coolest properties in the outback. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's do it!
The team met up at ARB Regency Park, grabbed the last of the supplies and hit the road, travelling out of the city and through Orroroo into the southern Flinders Ranges.
Arriving into Bendleby Ranges, we were greeted by property owner Charlie, who offered to take the group out on a guided trip through some of the property highlights.
We just pulled up to Bendleby Ranges and we're airing down to 24 PSI for the tracks here.
Charlie took the group up to Sunset Hill to see the iconic stone sculptures before some of the group returned to make camp. Charlie offered to escort the rest of the group out on their brand new track called Marchant Hill. Being one of the first groups on the track meant it was an exciting climb with some loose and jagged rocks to make it a real challenge.
Unfortunately, thanks to those same jagged rocks, we punctured the tyre on the earth camper. The crew quickly sprung into action and plugged the sidewall to get the trailer back to camp.
Watching the guys crest the hill and the earth camper took the inside line, just caught the wheel on a rock, so here we are plugging away.
That was intense, man. There was some really good tracks there. Some of this terrain it's tight, it's sharp, rough. Safe to say the earth camper has got through stuff that is pretty impressive.
Combining a little bit of rain and a soft section of track, the 300 bogged down in loose rocks and we got stuck pretty quick. The crew jumped out of the cars to help out and sure enough it bucketed down. Now this was the only part of the trip that it rained for that 20 minutes that we were out recovering the car.
Getting back after dark gives the team an opportunity to test out the range of driving lights across the vehicles. We had Intensity IQs, V2s and Solus lights, making it a breeze to negotiate the terrain at night.
Being my first time at Bendleby, I was very impressed. I didn't know what type of landscape we were expecting. I know the Flinders Ranges is very, very well known for its scenic views, but the hidden gems that you've took us to today really blew me away.
It's natural beauty, and I'm happy to share that with our guests and those who want to see it and appreciate it.
Todd, obviously you were towing the earth camp around. How'd you go after we turned back?
We went well for a while there. Then the rocks sort of changed a bit, and we sort of found these real sharp edge rocks with a bit of a blade on them. We veered left a bit, and we ended up slicing a tyre open.
It was probably just lucky we saw the dust coming out as it come around.
It was pretty well spotted, to be honest.
Jimmy came to the rescue and plugged the tyre, and it was a good outcome in the end. Bit of teamwork, which was good to see.
So by plugging the sidewall, it got us to a safe location where in the morning someone can change that.
And after that there wasn't a lot of dust because it started to rain. It's been a really good afternoon and evening, but my guys have got dinner ready. So let's taste the local produce and see what these guys have done. I'm sure they put a lot of effort into it.
The Bendleby Range team had cooked us up a delicious feast of roast meat and grilled veg. After dinner, the team were given a special treat, a bush donut. Essentially, a jam sandwich, battered and fried, and then deliciously covered in cinnamon sugar, the perfect way to end the evening.
Well, we've had a good night, Charlie. What's to go tomorrow?
Take you to our flagship track, the Billy Goat Ridge, and I'm going to drive the 60 up Billy Goat Ridge, and you can watch.
So you get to have all the fun.
The team wound down by the fire with a few laughs, getting excited about the adventure that lay ahead. Those that were keen got up early and headed up the toughest track on the property, Billy Goat Ridge, a steep, rocky climb that finishes on an epic ridgeline. A combination of decent lift, quality tyres and air lockers are essential for tackling this track.
Road 60 does it easy. Spectacular start to the day.
The Serenity!
How's that nice smooth 300 going, Russell?
Yeah, no, I'm enjoying it. We'll on the next little obstacle here, this little right-hander, we'll see how this extra long wheelbase goes.
Pick a hard line and make it work.
Righto. Tackling straight square.
A reduction gears in the rear diff lock. Is it possible you did too good of a job then?
I think the 60 just does it easy.
Yeah, got to credit the car on them.
I'd like to say it was me, but... Come on, Russ, make sure you take that hard line.
Loving it.
Oh yeah.
Feel a climb.
Stay with it.
Nice, steady as it goes. Looks pretty smooth back there, Russell.
This beautiful land yacht's taken every little wave of its goodies.
We're going up. That's it.
You're right, stay with it.
Come on. Up we go. We're just going to put the front locker in. Got that difference, Charlie. We were just stuck there skipping. Put that front locker in and it just eats it up. Thank you, air locker. How's it looking back there, guys?
Made it look easy from here, mate.
Mike, I'd like to point out that I think you've got an unfair advantage with your clearance. Pretty good combination of parabolics and portals.
Parabolics are making a huge difference. I reckon the parabolics have transformed this car by 300%.
Tell you what, Russell, I can see that smile ear to ear through the rear vision mirror. That was really good, guys. What do you reckon? We have another go? Charlie and I are just looking for an excuse to go back down the hill. Did someone leave a phone down there?
Hey Charlie, I'd like to thank your father for making that track. That was
It's a good
fantastic.
drive, isn't it? And well driven, mate. Well driven.
Yeah, this thing handled it beautifully.
Spotter did a good job.
We had a couple of little taps coming up, but that was it. Fantastic.
Yeah, well,
Let's head back to camp now and pack up and head off. Done deal. Keen for a coffee.
so how did you become involved with ARB?
Bit of a funny story, to be honest. I was overseas in 2017 and Dad had had the ARB stockist in Mildura for about probably 12, 13 years. He was in need of a knee replacement, so he offered me a little bit of money to keep travelling, and when I got back to Mildura, I could work with him in the shop.
Work it off.
Yeah, so definitely took that opportunity to do a little bit more travelling for a few weeks, and I fell in love with the people and the brand as soon as I got in there.
And what was your career path prior?
I was an electrician, so Sparky for 8 years, loved it. You know, ARB brings such an immense amount of different products out, and there's always something new and exciting. All the different vehicles changing and ARB adapting with them. Might just chuck that rear locker on, keep us nice and straight, smooth going. In 2019, ARB had a competition with Old Man Emu suspension that gave us the opportunity to go to Thailand. I had never been to Thailand and hadn't done a lot with the BP51 range, but getting exposed to it over there in the factory and it being made, it showed me a real new side to the technology and the time invested in such a great product.
We headed back to camp to find the rest of the crew were packing up ready to hit the road. We said goodbye to Charlie and headed into Hawker for the last refuel and groceries before heading further into the Flinders Ranges.
Just putting our tyres back up to 40 PSI. We've been on the dirt for a few days, so been around that 20 PSI. Now we're back on the bitumen. We'll put it up nice and high where it should be all the time.
.80 litres in the Frontier fuel tank. Super strong as well, ready to take any hits. You might have seen our other video of a literal army tank rolling over them. It's no joke. For me, I like to make sure I keep it topped up. There's nothing worse than, yeah, you might see the sign for there's one 200 k's down the road, but then you get down there and you've only got a quarter left and then they're out of order and then you're in trouble. Having the Frontier tank really helps you with peace of mind.
The group arrived at Willow Springs Station and met up with property owner Michelle, who did a quick rundown on the property. The group headed out to do Skytrek, the 80-kilometre long touring track that explores the gorges, river crossings and rocky terrain that this property offers.
It's a lot rockier in this than the newer cars.
It's gonna get worse. We're coming up to one of the first climbs now, which is, this is where the good stuff gets.
What would you grade this track? Like for a beginner, intermediate?
I'd say intermediate. I mean, you got to think 2/3 of the track is mostly using the vehicle for the clearance.
Yeah.
It's all about the scenery. And it's only really once you get into this section that you just got to make sure you drop your vehicle into low range, pick your line, let the vehicle do the work, you've got no worries. Best part of the day, golden hour.
How long has Willow Springs existed for?
We ran as a working sheep station up until the mid-80s. In the early 90s, Dad decided he'd open up the four-wheel drive track. And so it was just a case of recognising all the station tracks that already existed that we were using all of the time. And there was a couple of areas we just had to join it up and Skytrek was born.
The track ends on the incredible Sunset Hill just as the sun was going down. And not surprisingly, the sunset is epic out here.
Andrew, it's pitch black out there. How are you going to get... That is unreal. That is unreal.
So I've got it on preset 1, which is the works.
So have you got it on spot and flood?
Yeah, so super spot, mid-range and flood all at once. You've got light all the way out over onto that other hill over there.
That has just lit up our whole track in front of us. What's the best thing about the IQs, you reckon, as a driver right now? What do you love about them?
I can literally adjust them on the fly. So if you're driving down like a country road, you know, 100 Ks,
yeah,
you get that cast all the way down so you can see roos, you know, honestly a kilometre down the road before.
Yeah.
And you know really early, so you can get on the brakes early, it's super safe. And then when we're crawling through here, like what am I doing now? 5 Ks an hour over some rocks. Got the flood, you know, we don't need the long cast.
Absolutely. You can see here, even at short range, it's bringing all those sharp objects into play for us, so you can skillfully manoeuvre your way around them with all that light that's pounding on them.
And it's not just a good flood and a good spot, it's a bloody great flood and spotlight. Yeah. And it's all in one.
Guys, how good was Willow Springs yesterday? This place is awesome.
Yeah, it was good.
Hey Jared, you were in the 60 series, that's our era car, mate, so pretty lucky I reckon. What'd you think?
That was fantastic. Had Michelle in the car with me, so she was giving us a few of the highlights of, you know, what we're looking at and where we're going and all of that. It was fantastic.
Smile on the dial the whole way.
I did see you bury it through a big pocket of bull dust. What was going on there?
I was just trying to keep up with you, mate. That's what it's about.
Dennis, welcome aboard. You made it up last night and you joined the team at Willow Springs. You drove up from Adelaide in the 79 series. How'd that go?
Todd, great to be here. Thank you very much. And this 70 went really well. First time at the Flinders Ranges and very excited to be up here. I hear we're going through the Brachina Gorge today, which is going to be fantastic. That one's been on my bucket list for a while.
Some great scenery through there. I know these guys are looking forward to it as well. Well, everyone's pretty excited. I reckon we hit the road and get into it. What do you guys think?
Yep, let's go. Absolutely. Let's go.
The guys hit the road ready to explore the most picturesque landscapes in the Ediacara Flinders Ranges National Park. Capturing the incredible views at Razorback Ridge, the stunning rock escarpment in Brachina Gorge before arriving at the Prairie Hotel. A must-see in the Flinders Ranges, Razorback is a well-known lookout providing an incredible view of Nilpena Pound. It's definitely worth the stop. Those that appreciate geology will love this. Brachina Gorge is a beautiful example of tectonic activity causing these exposed rock formations.
Well, all I can say is I'm at awe with what we're doing at the moment, and it's certainly not the last time I'm going to be here. And this gorge seems to go forever, and I'm loving every bit of it. I've never driven a 60 series before with a 6.5 litre V8 in it. I think it's got the capacity to do just about every hard job you want, really.
Stopping for a quick bite to eat, the guys arrived at the Glass Gorge Lookout for 360-degree views of the incredible mountain ranges.
Flinders has been on my wish list for a long time. Really wanted to get out here. It's been a good opportunity to come out here this week. Glass Gorge in the Flinders Ranges, absolutely beautiful. Hills out here, the colours, the trees, they're all incredible. ARB is celebrating 50 years this year, and I'm celebrating 29 years at ARB. I've been responsible for manufacturing for ARB for the last 25 years. Very, very proud of these bull bars. I'm very, very proud of everything that ARB manufactures and everything that ARB does. Being out here at the Flinders Ranges this week has really reminded me of the importance of everything that we do at ARB, from the roof carrying systems to driving lights to bull bars. Most people, when they think of ARB, they think of the ARB Bull Bar. It's very synonymous with our brand. We're celebrating our 50th year, and what we're celebrating there is the fact that Tony Brown, our founder, 50 years ago, he did some trips to places like Cape York, and he discovered that there was a need for better protection for off-road vehicles, people travelling to remote locations. So he designed and developed and started manufacturing things like bull bars. Very rudimentary at that stage, but as were the vehicles. And over the years, as the vehicles have become more and more complicated and manufacturing methods have advanced and engineering methods have advanced, We've gone from the rudimentary products that we built 50 years ago to the product that you can see sitting on this vehicle now, that has got robotically welded sections across the front here. We do that for repeatability, and there's been a significant investment in ARB over the years, changing the methods of manufacturing so that we can have products that are outstandingly designed and also outstandingly manufactured. The products that we design and manufacture at ARB are designed to be compliant with the vehicle safety systems. We invest a lot of time, a lot of energy, and a lot of money in equipment and in designs that will make sure that this bull bar performs as it should in conjunction with the safety systems of this vehicle. Not something that everybody can say. So Tony Brown's intention of producing an accessory that protects the front of the vehicle also provides a platform for accessorising. Things like winches, things like the driving lights, and things like this antenna that we have on the front here today. After 50 years of ARB, we've produced more than 1.6 million bull bars. We've exported them to more than 130 countries around the world, and we've set a benchmark for frontal protection for vehicles all around the world. We're very proud to be manufacturing ARB bull bars at our head office manufacturing facility in Kilsyth, Melbourne, Australia, along with a range of other products. And that's supported by manufacturing in our facilities in Thailand that are both ARB owned and run. And now, it's almost sunset, the light's nice. I'm going to head out in this 300 series and hit the trails.
The group rolls into Parachilna just before dusk, arriving at the outback paradise of the Prairie Hotel.
We were provided with an absolutely incredible feast prepared by the Prairie Hotel team and a drink or two around the fire, discussing the trip so far and looking forward to tomorrow's activities.
Acknowledgement to everyone here that's taken time out of their work and their business, and we're obviously here to celebrate, and tonight is the ARB 50-year celebration after we've had 3 days off-road just experiencing all the ARB products. So I guess my first point is to thank everyone that made the trek up here from, we've got people from all different walks, across the border, people that live in New South Wales, people that live in South Australia, and Dennis, who lives part-time in Thailand. So we've had a lot of different people come here and enjoy this experience with us. Couple of quick thank yous as well, apart from the people that make it possible, the reason why we actually do this. Like Mike, you've been an amazing leader on this journey, and I learned a lot more about you on this trip and your passion for ARB. You don't even work for ARB, and you're probably the most passionate ARB man I've ever met. So well done, Mike. Ellie and your team here, and hats off to the chef. He did tell us they've been cooking for 3 days, so...
He has, the brisket takes a while.
Kieran, little mate from Smart Bar, and Andrew, thank you boys. Great representation, thanks for travelling and supporting this team. Well, as informal as tonight is, that's probably the formality, so if you've had enough, you can do what you need to do, go to bed, get yourself ready for a big day tomorrow, or you can carry on and keep dumping wood on this gigantic fire.
One of the great things about being around for 50 years is the people you've met along the way. One of those people is Ross Farger. His family have owned the incredible Nilpena station, formerly a working sheep and cattle station, for many years. The site features a 500 million year old fossilised microbial mat now preserved in the original blacksmith shop.
Welcome everyone to the Nilpena Ediacara National Park. Today we're going to be having a look at some very ancient fossils. I know ARB's been around for 50 years now, but what we're going to be looking at are fossils that are 550 million years old. So just a little bit of background of how it all works. So this was all part of a shallow tropical ocean 600 million years ago. 200 million years ago it dried back to nothing. What happened then is the ranges, the Flinders Ranges as you see them today, were pushed up, and they were about 3 times the height that they are now, and they've eroded down over those millions of years. These bits of sea floor have been exposed, and that's where these Ediacaran fossils are found. There's a couple of different tour options to come here. National parks run tours here morning and afternoon, and so now we're just doing tours on demand through the Prairie Hotel. So I won't bore you with all the science for any longer. We'll head on in. There's just no recording or photography, but at the end of it you'll be able to take as many photos as you like and ask as many questions as you like. So we'll come on through.
Ross, thank you so much for this awesome opportunity. 550 million years of history presented to us in this manner is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, no, well, thank you, and thanks ARB for coming to have a look at this amazing display. And it's quite ironic that this fossil bed was named the ARB bed just by coincidence, because it was named after the Arlo Guthrie song, Alice's Restaurant Bed. We'll look forward to friends and family and other people coming to visit over the years to come.
50 years doesn't feel like that much when you can see, feel and experience 550 million years worth of fossils here. Absolutely incredible. Now, what we can't show you on film is the audio-visual display. It's absolutely incredible and definitely worth the trip. So make sure you Google that. Nilpena, Ediacara, chuck it in. Make sure you head up and check it out. It's worth the trip.
Andrew, I think we can go for a lap out to the sandhills. I've got a bit of a favourite spot out there, but as long as I can have a drive of that 60 series.
That sounds like a deal. All yours. Have fun.
Thank you. Let's go.
Before you take the 60 for a spin, can you show me this trailer? I reckon there might be a bit of history to it. I think I saw an ARB badge on the back.
Yeah, so this is one of the original ARB trailers, I reckon built in about 96 or something, but I wonder whether it was the prototype for the Earth Camper.
Maybe. It looks like the suspension and chassis has come a long way. I hope we've innovated and improved our technology.
They've still kept going, very heavy duty and strong, rugged.
Yep.
The way to go.
Certainly lasted the test of time, that's for sure.
Hey Ross, if you're taking a 60 on, they come from Burn with you.
Yeah, no worries.
Beautiful, let's go.
Thank you, mate. Russell, we'll see how this old girl goes. Hey,
Yeah.
I've been driven one of these for a few years.
I reckon you should drive it like you stole it, mate.
Oh. So what's your involvement with ARB?
I haven't quite been around ARB for 50 years, but 30 odd. As mechanic on a team at Andy Brown and a good mate of mine were racing a Nissan Patrol.
Oh, good one.
And it had the old nitrocharger on it.
Yeah.
And over the years, I've seen the evolution of the old Emu suspension.
That's incredible. Yeah, so there's been a lot of development just in the more recent years, hasn't it?
Oh, it's grown so rapidly. Like the development of automotive parts and automatic shock, as I said, and go right back through motor racing for a long time. Yeah.
Incredible. So really you helped develop all these products through motorsport?
The funny thing is, Ross, my background was I had a business called Russell Cairns Marine, and people would come along because they knew of my racing background and the relationship with ARB. They'd come into the boat shop wanting to buy bull bars. Oh. Just recently we've become ARB Warrnambool.
Oh, okay.
It's been a journey, and the change in the product over the years to what we see today and the growth in the four-wheel drive industry is astronomical, and it certainly is a great industry to be involved in.
We've seen so much of it living up here in the bush, and 9 out of 10 vehicles that come through are just covered in ARB. We sort of started off with alloy bull bars from different companies, and every time you'd hit a roo, which we do pretty regularly, you'd have this folded up bit of aluminium on the front of your vehicle.
Yeah.
But since changing to the steel bull bars from ARB, no worries at all. You know, we try and avoid it if we can, for that exact reason, that we don't want to be hitting any animals at all anyway. But it is inevitable that it'll happen.
Yeah, Ross, going back a bit of that car racing history, I'll tell you a funny story. Andy and my best mate were in the safari many years ago. The reverse idler gear came loose in the gearbox, and it milled a hole in the side of the gearbox, and they were leading the race. So the bush mechanics, they stopped, cable tied this rag patch over the hole in the gearbox, punched a hole in the floor, got a bit of garden hose and cut the bottom out of a Coke bottle, and they would drive until the car started to slow down, and they'd tip oil in this Coke funnel. It was the first time ever that Nissan had beat Mitsubishi in a rally raid worldwide.
So who was driving that one?
Yeah, Andy Brown was driving that one, and it's like everything he does, he gives it 100%.
Yeah.
But here at the sand dunes, Ross, they look pretty impressive. Can't wait to see you go in this vehicle.
Yeah, I'm sure it should be all right. We'll give it a crack anyway, and hopefully I'm not up for a carton by the end of it.
Yeah, well, it's just going to put the pressure on you, realise you're getting stuck.
Oh,
How easy is that?
Doing it easy.
What sand dune?
Yeah, this bitumen road through here.
I still reckon it's that extra couple of spark plugs he put in it. She's got that.
Now that's Ross, if there was 82 years experience in that cabin, that shit wouldn't have happened.
That's right. I reckon they're about to find another fossil on this dune.
Come on, guys, come and help us. It's your responsibility. There you go, it's all yours.
Beautiful, thank you.
How you going there? You got a bit more to do yet?
Oh, yeah.
Isn't it handy having a long handle shovel on a trip like this?
Oh, what would I do without you, mate?
Well, I'm not going to help you dig.
Oh yeah, pleasure.
Could have done a bit more digging for me. Give us a sec to get in the safe spot. 3, 2, 1, and go. Might leave this in here. I reckon we'll use it again today. Thanks for the guys in the high country for sending it to us.
I'd like to introduce you to the Sandy 60. Now, why is it here? ARB is celebrating 50 years and we've divided up 5 trips. Each trip in Australia represents a different decade. The Sandy 60 represents the decade of 1985 to 1995. This is a 1987, making it 38 years old. This vehicle was found on a photo shoot for ARB in Kalgoorlie, and we decided to transform it from what was a rust bucket to something that was quite unique to help celebrate the four-wheel drive industry. It's got a 6.5 litre V8 diesel engine out of a military Hummer. It has reduction gears from Mark's four-wheel drive. It's got all the ARB gear on it, beautiful suspension, and a great set of BFGs. Everyone's been going from all these modern vehicles, jumping in this old school truck and having a blast. Let's see what some of them have to say.
It's good. It's a rocket.
Right. Oh, can I keep this?
Love it. Love it. Great fun.
Oh, so much fun.
It's fun.
How much fun have we had over the last couple of days?
Oh, plenty.
Bit of dust about though.
Oh, plenty of dust. Dust everywhere.
Probably should have a look at the old 60 series filters.
Hey, I reckon Mike's got the new brushless compressor in the mighty 70. So what do you reckon we...
Let's give it a crack.
Give that a go.
There you go.
So,
that compressor just keeps pumping.
it does, yeah, it just keeps going. There you go, like I bought one.
Thanks, mate. See if we can put a bit more dust in it tomorrow.
Loving that new brushless, mate. Now that she's breathing easy, how about I take her for a spin?
That's not a problem. I'll shut the bonnet. Don't you bog this one there, OB2.
Oh, come on now.
Taking the hubs out, so it's only going to be a two-wheel drive, or you'll get bogged. I might get a video of this. I haven't taken many photos, but this one could be worth it.
What?
OB2, are you stuck for the third time for the day?
Not again.
Not again? Do you want me to show you how to do it?
Yeah, go on.
Righto, no worries. Hop out.
Oh, you didn't... Bloody stitched me up, you bastard. I trusted you.
You trust me. That's a mistake.
You
Go and take it out of the car now.
You cheeky bastards.
It's not for the lack of trying, eh?
After a bit of fun on the sand dunes and a few recoveries later, the guys were heading back to the Prairie Hotel on one heck of a dusty track.
Anybody learn anything about freewheeling hubs today?
How to sink a 300 series?
Or a 60 series, and then the recovery experience was fantastic.
Real eye-opener to see all of that recovery going on and to see people doing it really safely as well. And just the efficiency and speed that some of you guys, like you James, it's straight out there, digging out cars, doing everything. It was amazing for me to see.
Coming across those beautiful big red sand dunes, who expected to see that out in the Flinders. The colours were amazing, the full driving through those was amazing. Yeah, next level, not something I was expecting to see at all. Even with the clean air filter, there was nothing stopping me from getting stitched up in that 60 series, so thank you guys.
I was having fun driving in the sand dunes. It was good to follow everyone through and see the different lines and have another crack going up the hills and not getting bogged, so that was good.
Yeah, it was really good. We could consider comparing to driving on a technical rocky track where you've got to be really slow and meticulous. On the sand you can just be a little bit more relaxed. It was a great feeling actually being able to give it a little bit and move through a little bit faster. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
What a day and what a fantastic way to end our trip. Well, I think we're definitely going to need the recovery hitch for the next stop. We're heading north to the challenging terrain of Cape York. Expect some wild river crossings, thick mud and rutted tracks. Take this recovery hitch with you, you might need it.